face the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Hello and welcome to Mountain Lion TV. We are live here at Gallagly Event Center with the visiting Dixie State Trailblazers. Last night, Dixie State went in undefeated against Colorado School of Mines. Lost a close game in 5 sets. Tonight, back in action are the UCCS Mountain Lions, and they won last night. So, Cody, what do you think?
I'm looking forward to some high-level RMAC volleyball here. Got to think Dixie State's going to come in with a little something on their shoulder, trying to avenge their last loss. So UCCS is going to have to come out firing.
Absolutely. First loss of the season in RMAC play for Dixie State. What do you think? Do you think they come out a little flat, or do you think they come out with a grudge?
Good teams come out with a grudge on something like that, so they'll show what they're made of. We'll have to see what UCCS is made of, too.
All right, looks like we're going right into the starting lineups.
5'6" freshman
Libero. Number 2, Jordan Kinsey.
6' junior middle blocker from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Number 3, Lauren.
There's number 3, Lauren Brown. Force at the net last night, led the team in blocks. Outside hitter Grace Nelson started out very fast last night and then kind of fizzled out towards the end. We'll see where she's at tonight. Setter Raylan Edge.
Junior outside hitter from Littleton, Colorado. Number 12, Taylor Smith.
Right side Taylor Smith there. She had a lot of big kills last night, a lot of highlight reels. Hopefully she can give us some more of those tonight.
She's very capable of that.
Middle Josie Russell.
6' senior outside hitter from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Number 16, Alyssa Britton.
And of course, Alyssa Britton there at the end, the star of last night's game, leading the team in kills, digs, and aces.
Heather Sutton. The officials for tonight's contest, as assigned by the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, are Jim Petro and Larry Ruane.
Little friendly handshake here for the head coaches and handshake for the teams. Should be a good matchup. Hopefully we get 5 games. What do you think, Cody?
I think so. The way UCCS played last night, from what you told me, very capable.
All the fire in the pregame huddle.
You got to get fired up.
You got to win this battle, right? Who's going to be louder?
Absolutely.
You're the home team.
You got to hope the home team.
I don't even feel like Dixie State tried.
Here we go. A little better.
I'm going to give it to the Mountain Lions.
Absolutely.
I'm not biased. Libero and outside here, they do this little dance. I don't know if you guys can get that on camera. Towards the back court for the Mountain Lions. So that's just good TV. Missing out on it. They'll do it all game though. We'll get it at timeouts. Jordan Kinsey doing a little dance. Alyssa Brenton. Definitely bringing the energy. Mountain Lions this year started out very fast in all their games. They usually win the first set, and then they usually drop the second set. We'll see what they do here
See if we can change that up tonight.
Yeah, clean sweep.
Clean sweep. Get in, get out, get a good dinner.
We have number 1, Jordan Nelson, back to serve here to start this match for the Trailblazers. So what kind of offense Mountain Lions respond with. Coach Chrissy Elder already reaching out to the court, giving a play.
Got a 2-man passing rotation. I like that.
Is that up?
Go middle kill right off the bat. That's how you're supposed to start it off.
Establish those middles early. Cody, as a setter, what do you do? Is it always the middle to start the game?
You got to start with the middles, and then everything goes from there. Keep the blockers guessing.
Josie Russell with the serve.
Uh-oh. Miscommunication there.
Oh, you hate to see something like that happen. Point for the Trailblazers, tying it up. A lot of good rallies there. Great dig from
That's a
Britt.
great dig. The line dig is the toughest dig in volleyball, and she made it look easy. Good cover.
Tough play at the net. Points for the Trailblazers.
Couple good battles early.
Taking that early 1-point lead. Lauren Brown with a big block at the net. Continuing her streak from last night. Sub in for the Mountain Lions. Number 9, Allie Morgan. She has this lefty top.
She's got a killer serve.
See if we can get a few points here. Took something off that one.
Get the first one in.
Paintbrush.
Paint rushes usually go down for the middles. I like the aggressive swing from the back row, though. You missed it, but you got to stay aggressive in that situation.
Absolutely. Marshall back to serve for the Trailblazers. Double there on Lauren Brown. Tough one to deal with. Hard to get those up. Got to kind of like chicken wing it.
Yeah, it's just a reaction at that point. Can't really teach it. Right over the block on that one. Nice high, deep swing.
Sub in for the Mountain Lions. Lauren Shockley in for the back row and back to serve. She is one of the back row specialists for the Mountain Lions, just as Allie Morgan. She comes in and serves and plays back row only.
There you go. There's your kills leader for a reason.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful swing.
Big point for the Mountain Lions. See if they can get another one.
Little tandem inside.
Oh, the line
just hits the line there. That's a tough play to defend against. Got to have a lot of talking them in that front row and something like that.
Trailblazers with that double sub. Kara Moore back to serve for them.
A little low on the set.
Yes, that died inside just a little bit. Trailblazers lead back up to 2. Trailblazers seem to run this 6-2.
For anyone watching means they have 2 setters and they're always coming from the back row.
All right, volleyball. Big block for the Trailblazers.
A lot of those sets are dying inside. You got a big outside like that, you got to let her get up there and hit over the block.
Yeah,
they'll adjust. They're talking about it.
Absolutely. It's still early in the day.
Absolutely.
Jordan Kinsey back to serve. Right into the net. Point Trailblazers. Number 12 in for Trailblazers. Hannah Dooman. Still have that 3-point lead. Online's looking to side out.
There you go. That's a good up. There's a good run in transition. Middles in transition are deadly.
Absolutely. Taylor Smith back in the game and Raylan Edge back to serve. Edge trying to establish those middles pretty early, as we talked about a little bit before.
So you can push a point or two here.
Taylor Smith seemed to just kind of dispatch that one out of bounds. First swing of the night. Sid Brandon back to serve for the Trailblazers.
Ooh, little naked slide in front of the setter. You don't see that too often. I like that play.
Now, what was that play? Was that a double slide?
It looked like a double slide, but it was with the setter off the net.
Britton back to serve. She had a couple aces last night. See what she does tonight. She likes this float down the line. And I'm completely wrong.
Good seam swing there.
Those deep hits into the corners are so hard to defend.
Absolutely. That's what a smart hitter does.
Trailblazers have that double sub once again. Number 1, Jordan Nelson back to serve.
Good turn out of the middle.
That big swing out of the middle. A little trouble there on the serve receive. Had to run on attack out of the back row. See how they adjust to the serve now.
That's a good push from over there by the setter. Really makes it tough on the middle blocker.
Russell is subbed out for number 13, Kagan Morosis.
Good up there.
Uncharacteristic. Bottom of the net. Subbed back in Josie Russell, and then right back out for the libero. See both teams do that here. What a dig.
Oh, great up. Here we go, free ball opportunity. Go to the middle. Oh, I like it. Overcuts it.
Taylor Smith just long once again. Only got a 1-up on that block though.
That was a great run by the setter. I thought it was middle all the way. So did they.
Pushing the lead to 5 now for Dixie State.
go.
Those deep corners, once again, so effective.
Deep corners for the middles. Absolutely.
And of course, Allie Morgan in for Taylor Smith and back to serve. Hopefully she a little more aggressive this time around. There we go. Powers it through the block.
Lefty right side. Always coming from a different angle. It's tough to stop a lefty.
Number 8, Mallory Marshall back to serve for the Trailblazers. Some way, somehow, pushing that ball over Grace Nelson with a kill. And she is subbed out for Lauren Shockley, who's back to serve for her. See if the Mountain Lions can use that momentum, get a couple points here. What a set.
Oh.
Don't see that every day.
Nope, no up.
And then for the Trailblazers, that double sub once again. Number 11, Kara Moore back to serve.
Perfect pass. Great cover, see if they can get it out. Here we go. Having trouble with that back row attack on those off plays.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness of it.
You gotta stay aggressive, but they gotta start swinging deep on it. You miss long, don't miss in the net.
Absolutely.
We got our first timeout by the Mountain Lions here. Try to regroup a little bit.
For the first time, this leads at 6. Coach Chrissy Elders probably just want to talk to them. A lot of unforced errors so far.
Exactly right.
A little uncharacteristic from the Mountain Lions. They usually start out really strong, really aggressive, and they just seem just a little bit off. Maybe they came in thinking, Dixie State was undefeated until last night. Now they're 6-1. Maybe they're just trying to play a little too hard, hit the small part of the court,
Exactly right.
Change up their swings.
Sometimes you try too hard.
Dixie State absolutely kind of just looks calm and collected, and this is what they do.
Just not making any mistakes.
How about
that'll win you a lot of games.
From Jordan Nelson on her knees, back set. That was pretty crazy.
That'll win you a lot of points there. It's a tough set to make.
For families watching, we'll have to send them tape of that highlight.
Exactly.
All right, let's see what the Mountain Lions do out of this timeout. What would you say if you're the coach here, Cody?
Just pretty much like we said. You just got to cut down on the mistakes. Looks like they're playing almost a little tight. Just loosen up. You're at home, so bring the fight to them. There we go.
Yep, there it is. Back to basics.
That's it.
Alyssa Britton with a big kill, big swing. Just what she does.
Sure, they talked about it. They need to keep her nice and high like that. You're not going to stop her if the set's right like that.
Absolutely.
That's a good push there.
Clearly didn't like the set. Barely jumped. Just got it in that deep corner where the defense usually never is. Number 12, Hannah Doonan back to serve. I know you love that one.
That's it. That's my favorite play. Set or dump.
Taylor Smith back in for the Mountain Lions in the front row. Number 10, Raylan Edge back to serve. We need a few points here.
Perfect defensive position there. Put your foot on the line. You know if it's outside, it's out.
Absolutely. Get another big point.
Ooh, big block from Dixie.
Dixie State did lead RMAC in blocks going into last night. I'm not sure the stats have been updated, but they were the best blocking team coming in.
We already got a couple tonight.
There's that play again, the slide and the 2 from the right side. They elect to go outside. Britain, of course, feed the beast. And Britain is back to serve. They cut the lead down to 4. Let's see if they can get a little even closer. Yes.
There you go. Take a little off of it. Keep it in.
A little miscommunication from the Trailblazers on that stack.
Take advantage of it. Chip away at that lead.
Yet another error for the Trailblazers. And now they take a timeout.
Force them into a timeout.
Back-to-back timeouts. I think both teams are just not playing up to their potential right now.
That's what the first set is usually for. Get the butterflies out and get those cobwebs off. And second set keeps cleaning up. Let's see if UCCS can take advantage of those couple errors there. Got them right back in the game.
Absolutely. It's only a 2-point game at this point.
Only thing you can't do after a timeout is what?
Miss your serve.
Miss your serve. And it happens way too often.
You can't give them the commentator curse.
That's right.
We didn't say anything.
It's not going to happen.
What do you do if you're setter Raylan Edge here? You've got a transition play in mind?
You know, you know me in transition. I love that middle and transition. Taylor Smith's been struggling a little bit, but maybe that one swing got her back in, and you got 3 good options. So. Powers that swing through.
Absolutely. Calm and collected, not the best situation. Only really one option on that set, and everybody knew it was going to her, and she still gets a kill.
Would you have liked to seen them try to get 3 up on that?
I don't know. It's tough. Oh my goodness.
Looked out to me from over here.
The ref overrules, saying that ball's in.
Where's our eagle eye vision?
Can we get the those tennis line cameras in and out?
That's right.
Big swing out of the middle from Jason Russell.
Gotta like the spacing on that set. Nice 31. Make the middle blocker move a little bit.
Yeah,
so you get the weak block.
Too.
Absolutely.
Somebody's in the net, and it's on the trail. Point to the Mountain Lions.
Back with him too.
A lot of stacks and a lot of different plays to get a hit out of the middle.
We did see that in hitting lines, but that doesn't mean a lot normally.
Oh boy.
Campfire.
Campfire, absolutely. If you're a Trailblazers fan, you hate to see that. Great play from Grace Nelson to find a kill. Big high set. She usually likes those in-tempo ones. Big, well-formed block from the Trailblazers, just tips it right over the top.
Oh. And an ace serve to follow it up, and that'll tie you up.
Tied up at 20-20 now. Great serve. That one just out. But you have
stay
to
aggressive.
That, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You take one ace and one air all day.
I feel like I'm remiss here. I forgot to mention that Hannah Ammerman is in the game.
She did sub in for Taylor Smith after that block that may have been in or may have been out. Back-to-back service errors. Keeps us knotted up at 21.
Now serving number 5, Hannah Ammerman.
And there's Ammerman back to serve. Hopefully she's warm. We'll see what happens. Great serve.
There you go, free ball. Got to take advantage of this. Need a little better pass, but oof.
Oh. Huge block from the Trailblazers. Once again, that's their strength. And playing out well for them there. Good serve from Ammerman. Got the free ball off of it. Like you said, it wasn't the best pass off the free ball though.
Yep. The Mountain Lions are getting really low on subs, so it looks like they're choosing to keep Ammerman all the way around for right now.
Big swing out of the middle. Not a whole lot you can do as a Mountain Lion there to stop that. Mountain Lions call a timeout. Dixie State with that 2-point lead, forcing a timeout. Energy just absolutely back and forth between these two teams.
It is.
Rallies on each side, a little streaky, 5 points here, back and forth.
Absolutely. You just got to keep with it if you're the Mountain Lions. They're only down 2.
They look a little dejected there in the huddle. Someone's going to fire him up.
I like what the coach is doing right now, letting the players talk to themselves.
What kind of play do you run out of this timeout?
I think you got to run that slide. We got Raylan's front row, so maybe a slide. I would like the dump on the slide if it's the right pass.
Run the slide, draw the middle.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's see what they do. Still serving out of the timeout, number 8, Mallory Marshall from the Trailblazers. Mountain Lions need a side out here. There's your pass.
Yeah, there's the slide, but going outside. Ooh, that was back row attack.
So that is set points for the Trailblazers.
They'll have at least 3 set points here. Trailblazers block just took over at the end of that game there.
Absolutely, just setting the tone for them the whole set. And of course, it's just fitting for them to end the match that way, or sorry, the set that way. So first set to Dixie State, they go up 1-0, 25-21. It's a tale of two teams just, oh yes, going back to replay, there's a big kill from Britain. See some highlights from this first set, another big kill from Britain. There's that 2-ball they're trying to run. Taylor Smith with the kill. Josie Russell with that 31 we talked about, hitting in the gap. The campfire for Grace Nelson. Love that play. Just getting some stats in from the first set. How bad was that? How good, I suppose, for that Dixie State blocking crew. Looks like they had 10 blocks. 2 solo blocks and 8 blocks assists.
That'll get it done.
You don't see that usually in a set.
No, you don't. You got a hitting percentage of .044 for the Mountain Lions. You're not going a lot of games doing that.
Surprisingly, they're still in it towards the end, even with that inefficient hitting percentage.
And that's what you got to tell them as the coach, I think, is you played not your best game and you had a chance to win. So a lot to build off there.
Absolutely. Britain with 4 kills that match. Just Russell with another 4. Middle with 4 kills in the first set. Like we were talking about, establishing that middle early on. Absolutely doing that with her. She's top with Britain at 4 kills for the set.
You got to keep going to them until they stop you, but a lot of that relies on passing too. The passing's not terrible, but they haven't been perfect either, and it gets you out of system, and that's what gets that Dixie State block really fuels it because they know where you're going half the time.
Absolutely. And that, as we see here on the stat sheet, there's 13 hitting errors for the Mountain Lions. And that just goes back to that block. It really forces so much more than just the blocks that you see on the stat sheet. You're in the hitter's head at that point, and they have to adjust their swing.
They try to hit angles they're not used to hitting, hit it out, hit it long, hit it in the net.
Yeah, maybe too aggressive sometimes.
I saw a couple out of the back row.
Yeah.
A lot of small adjustments, but
yeah, a lot of errors that can be remedied in this next set. Still hopeful. Mountain Lion comeback here in the second set, even though throughout the season it's usually been that first set where they come out their strongest. But tonight, it's different. I can feel it in this gym, which we now actually have a few people in the stands. They trickled in throughout that first set. We got some Michael Jackson amping up the crowd.
If that doesn't get you going, I don't know what will.
That's a good point.
Right?
What else are you going to play if you're the DJ here?
That's it. MJ, and a little more MJ.
It looks like Ammerman's getting the start here for the Mountain Lions.
Try a little something different. Taylor Smith struggled a little bit in that game. Get the freshman some time. A little bigger blocker up there.
Absolutely. And you mentioned a bigger block, but she is also taller, and maybe she just swings at a little higher contact point and will reduce some of that blocking that we saw at Dixie State. Serving first for the Mountain Lions to begin this second set is number 16, Alyssa Britton. Perhaps their strongest server. Hopefully she can come out to a good start here in the second set.
It's a high, deep swing. It's tough to stop.
Absolutely. So much confidence on that swing, too. She just knows. It doesn't matter that Mountain Lions have a big double block, well-formed double block out there.
You can hit that deep corner. The block isn't even there.
Net violation on the Mountain Lions. Point to Dixie State. Another good set there from Jordan Nelson. She's facing the net. Getting a little style points there.
That's right. Just trying to look on that ESPN highlight reel.
Whoa.
Big bounce down the line there. That's a tough swing. Her entire body's facing angle and just cross body swing down the line. Tough to control that.
Number 15, Josie Russell back to serve for Mountain Lions.
There's that middle in transition.
Yes, they love that middle in transition. Good swing from Lauren Brown. She need to be a little more of a force at the net this set. And that's a great way to start it out with
Absolutely.
A big kill.
Both teams have liked that middle in transition.
And that block was out of bounds, point Mountain Lions. So Ammerman with her first swing, and she gets a kill.
Swing and a tool. There you go.
And Russell with a couple of good serves here.
Keeps him out of system.
Another tool block and another middle.
Really forcing that middle in transition.
You have to think that's what they talked about.
Love it.
Between sets, right?
Absolutely. Set her till they stop her. There's that deep corner again.
Yeah, big swing from number 12. Hannah Doonan, she's now... it looks like they were kind of picking on her in that rotation, serve receive.
She's been their serving target for most of the match, but looks like she's living up to it.
So a little time delay here. Down ref is conferring with the score.
You got the go-ahead.
Hammerman again with the kill on the right side.
He's fired up after that one. Looks like Taylor Smith's going to come in and serve for her.
Now serving number 12.
UCCS now with that 2-point lead. But serving rotation last time with Russell worked out so well. See if they can replicate that success.
Here's that crossbody line shot again.
Once again, that has to be something they talked about in between sets. Nelson usually throughout the season likes that hard angle, but with the big block, she's had to adjust, and that's gotten her 2 kills here early in the second set. Trailblazers really forcing that right side attack yet again. Kill for them, and they're back to that double sub they like. So we'll have number 11, Kara Moore, serve for them now. Tough serve, Ace. Really limit your options at that point when the ball's in the stands.
Makes it tough.
Yeah. And you can see from that front stack, edges, front row. Opening up this slide and the setter dunk.
Push it too far.
Just a little off on that connection.
I'm not sure I would take her out of the middle. I think I'd just keep running her straight up. They haven't stopped her yet. And there you go, big block.
There we go. Lauren Brown, 4th at the net so far. Absolutely needed for the Mountain Lions. They take back the lead, 1 point advantage.
Now they have their
in the game.
2 hot hitters up front right now that take advantage of these couple rotations.
And you have one of your better servers back there as well.
There's that setter dump. Ooh.
Well covered. Big swing from the outside. That's what you love to see.
Absolutely. That's a great run on that transition. That's when you can run the slide. Split those blockers. Give it to your kills leader.
As well.
Yes. Quicker tempo, but still at the right height.
2-point lead now for the Mountain Lions. Great rally.
How the slide works on that one.
Absolutely.
That's a great rally by both teams. A lot of good defense. You see a lot of hard breathing out there.
Lead up to 3 now from Mountain Lions. See if they can continue this momentum.
Set a little low in the middle there.
It's tough to pass that serve. It comes all the way across the court.
And it's got a side spin, yeah. Ooh, questionable.
You get a kill anyways. Sometimes you just got to trust the hitter.
That's right. That's right.
Now serving number 12, Hannah Doonan for the Trailblazers.
Might have had a little luck there, but a point's a point.
She just came in with a changeup. They weren't ready for it. Trickled down on the Trailblazer side. Point Mountain Lions. Jordan Kinsey back to serve for the Mountain Lions.
So the old shoe tie timeout.
The head ref is calling rotation error on the mountain line.
I don't think it's right, though.
I think he might be
That'll be a
mistaken.
replay.
Yes,
Yep,
there we go.
That'll be a replay.
All right, so Kinsey to serve yet again. We're going to replay this point.
Ooh, big one up.
Big swing to the right side. They got that pass right off the serve. Were able to run their offense. Nice up.
Great set.
Big swing down the line. Points to the Trailblazers. Number 7 to serve again, Sid Brandon.
A set play for the back row. Not sure I would have made that decision, but that'll push you into a timeout. I don't think coach liked that decision either.
Seemed maybe a little miscommunication on that last play. Not really sure what was going on. And
yep, Dixie has fought to be back within one, taking a little of the momentum back. Let's see if Mountain Lions can turn that around after this timeout.
we get a replay here of these transition kills. Lauren Brown with a big swing. Ammerman with the kill on the right side. Showing some fire, though, is a lot of that early energy we saw from the team. Kind of not seeing it now. But maybe after this timeout, a little pep talk from the coach. Big block from Lauren Brown. That's that big swing from Britton on the outside. And again, it's like the same replay. It's just what she does.
To get that in system, she's going to be tough to stop.
So the Mountain Lion lead cut down to 1 point. See if they can establish that energy they had earlier in the set. All right, Cody, what play do you run out of this timeout? Front row setter.
Front row setter. I run that slide, try to get Britton one-on-one. There's that front slide, that weird one.
Huge block.
Double wouldn't have mattered because it's been a huge block anyway.
It's taken away the block out of the stat sheet with the double on the set, which I'm not sure I agree with. Josie Russell is okay. She's still taking the moral points from that huge block. Setter Raylan Edge to serve now.
Ammerman back in the game, front row. That's a great turn by the middle.
Got a nice double block there from the Mountain Lions, so she just cut it where they weren't. Big swing, big kill. And the Trailblazers with that double sub. Jordan Nelson back to serve. She's got some hands.
She does.
Plays. I think this will change the offense that we see from the Trailblazers here during this rotation.
There you go. There's that one up on the outside.
That's the play you run all game.
Keep that pass on the net and it'll make the offense click.
Grace Nelson in for the front row and Britton back to serve. And back to back, they both have their big outside hitters that can just get kills almost at will.
I think the coach is probably telling the middle back there to shade toward that back corner at this point. Powers that through.
Absolutely. Hammerman's been a great sub for them this set.
It's a good call by Coach Elder there.
Sub in for the Trailblazers here. Number 3, Abby Smith will come in. For the Mountain Lions, we have Morosis, number 13, back to serve. Great.
There you go, ace.
There's some of that energy you see from the team.
That was tough to see on camera, but that ball dropped about a foot before it got to her.
Another big swing out of the middle for the Trailblazers. And a cutback once again.
2 big cutbacks from her. And there's Coach Elder jumping in, letting her know right now. I like it. Now see and react.
Number 8 for the Trailblazers, Mallory Marshall to serve. Just long.
Must be that altitude.
Now serving number 12, Taylor Smith.
Taylor Smith for the Mountain Lions to serve. Swing's just out. Trailblazers looking for a touch call on the block. Not going to get it.
I don't think so. And that'll cause a timeout.
Pushes the lead up to 4 for the Mountain Lions. Absolutely, after that timeout, they come out with a lot of energy. And once again, just like in that first set, we see these teams go back and forth.
A lot of momentum switches.
I'm not sure what's going to happen. Like, we look at these huddles, they just kind of look a little out of it. You know, they lose those 3 or 4 points in a row. And then one team, one huddle, it's all jumping up and down and smiles and laughs, and the other huddle is just a little, they're trying to get themselves back into the game, it feels like.
Exactly.
The ebbs and flows of this match.
That's volleyball. It's momentum after momentum, but whichever team can keep it the longest and make those ups and downs not as uppy or downy.
So continuing to serve here is Taylor Smith, number 12 from Mountain Lions again.
Serving out of the timeout for the Mountain Lions, number 12, Taylor Smith.
Good touch from Britton.
That's a great read from Britton. That's a tough ball. Half a blocker up, not even a full one on that one.
Right. The Mountain Lions continuing to serve, number 12 as well. Anna Doonan. Number 11 back to serve for the Trailblazers, Carol Moore.
Ooh, they jumped on her line that time.
Yes, they did. And there's that patented Trailblazers block that we've seen so much of tonight. Do you go back to her? Do you set her again after a big block like that? Or you try to get that slide that you wanted?
I like that option right there.
That one right there?
Easy points.
Have the other team serve the ball out of bounds. Got it.
Easy points. But I'm setting Lauren Brown every ball I can right now. Even with Britton up there, I might be setting her.
Well, this is this rotation that we like for the Mountain Lions. Like the Lauren Brown and Britton up front and Morgan to serve.
Absolutely. It's a good save by the setter there. There's your one up.
Nice dig.
Tough ball.
And just long. Good scrap there for
Good
the
scrap.
Trailblazers.
Absolutely. It's a good scramble play.
But once again, this is that rotation we're in. We love to see for the Mountain Lions. See if they can do it again. Tough serve.
I'm expecting the Trailblazers to go outside over the setter on this one. Ooh.
Once again, those tough serves lead to hard passing.
Force their second timeout.
Oh man, back-to-back timeouts. 5-point lead for the Mountain Lions. And they just continued that aggression and that energy out of the last timeout.
Seems like their serving has gone up a notch this set and really taken them out of their game over here.
Yes, the Mountain Lions adjusted to that block a lot so far in this game. And that was what kept them in. And we were talking about that very low hitting percentage for the Mountain Lions in the first set. And today, we'll have to see the stats for the second set, but so far they just haven't had those errors. And a lot of those unforced ones too, the back row attacks.
Those are the big ones. Blocks will happen, but unforced errors.
So Dixie State is out of timeouts now.
Out of timeouts with a 5-point deficit.
Still serving
on a timeout. Number 9. Allie Morgan, we love this serve so much. I'm a huge fan. The lefty topspin across the court sometimes. Very hard to pass.
Hit that 5-6 seam right there.
Nice up.
Scrappy little touch.
Oh, little miscommunication. Hate to see that. Except if you're a Mountain Lions fan, then you'll take all the easy points you can get.
Sometimes all you have to do is give them that extra touch. There it is. Oh, good pickup. Good pickup. Right back to it. Love it. There you go.
I know you love that one, Cody.
Love it.
I know you do. Doesn't work the first time, go right back to it.
That's right, especially in transition.
Brandon Edge seems happy about that too.
Should be.
Should be, absolutely.
Setters don't get a lot of kills. I like the aggressive serve.
Absolutely, I'll take that. After all those great serves, getting them out of system, you can take one in the net at the end of a long rally. Oh, don't reach.
Ooh, don't reach. Trust your defense.
Mountain Lions want a touch.
I didn't see one.
I didn't see one either.
It's the first misconnection between them, I think.
Yeah, it was tough.
I'd go right back to her right now.
It's over. And point to the Trailblazers. Once again, these ebbs and flows, the energy, Mountain Lions seem like they're having a little tough time siding out, so their energy's just down.
There's that back row again. Ooh, big block by the Trailblazers.
And a big block from Dixie State, yep. We keep seeing that. It's probably going to be the story that we'll repeat all night. You'll hear us talk about this big block. Lead down to 3. Right back to Brenton for a big kill.
That's a great decision by Raylan there.
I think on that serve too, Coach Chrissy Alter told Allie Morgan to step up and take that ball with her hands. Much better pass, tighter than that. Run that in system, outside set, up tempo. Jordan Kinsey back to serve. Oh, huge block from Britton.
Solo block.
And this is why we are huge fans of Alyssa Britton. Just taking over the set here near the end. Big kill, followed up by a big block. Set point for the Mountain Lions. Yes!
And the finishing block by the setter.
So the first set ends with a block for the Trailblazers, and this set ends for a block for the Mountain Lions. And that's your setter, Raylan Edge, with the block. Love to see that. A lot of great play there towards the end of that set.
Yeah, that became a great set. It looked like Mountain Lions might have ran away with it, but Dixie State just kept staying in it, but UCCS gets the big win on that one. Ties up the match 1-1.
And of course, talking about this ebb and flow for the match. And the first 2 sets are split. So hopefully, might get that match we were talking about earlier. It's back and forth for the whole night. That's energy against energy, team against team. What kind of adjustments do you make?
You know, I think
some replays.
here. There's the block. And again, can't see it enough. That's all right.
That's that server you're talking about that just drops.
It just dropped. It doesn't look like it's coming too hard, and it just drops out of the sky. In system dump.
Love seeing that block, and then the block to end the match.
Block. That's how you're supposed to end the set.
All right, so we got some stats now. Let's see what happened.
Well, look at the hitting percentage. You can see that right away from 0.44 to 229. That's a big difference. And on the other side, Dixie State's went down almost 60 points.
Wow. Dixie State also only had 4 blocks in that match, and they were each 2 block assists. So huge swing in that department. We talked about that a lot. Their block really setting the tone for this match so far.
And that all starts with the pass for the Mountain Lions. If they can keep it in system, you can keep that block off balance. But we've seen it still in that second set too. When they're out of system, that's a tough block to go against.
Absolutely. There's some kill leaders for that second set. Second set alone, Britton with 4 kills in that set. And then Lauren Brown and Hannah Ammerman with 3 kills each as well.
What a great sub by Coach Elder to have Ammerman play front row.
She's hitting 750 right now.
Sometimes you got to trust the freshman.
3 kills on 4 attempts. It's pretty good. See if she stays with that sub or not. What would you do, Cody? Keep her in?
I think you got to keep her in there. See if that fire can keep burning.
It was part of that adjustment to that block, and you saw that she had that high swing down the line, tooled the block a few times.
She powered one through. It seems like both right sides are having a little trouble getting their feet to the ball, though. But that's where a little taller hitter helps to get in there. A little more margin for error.
Absolutely. So, established the middles already. Britton's killing it on the outside, like she always does. Taking over games. Do you change anything up to keep it the same? Just try to execute better?
I think execution is number one. Like we said first, it's the pass. You got to have the good pass. When they're in system, they've been nearly unstoppable. Just as Dixie State has been, though. So whoever wins the service battle, I think wins this set.
Look at those dance moves from Josie Russell on the court. Shout out, I hope her family's watching.
Got to keep those legs warm.
Absolutely. Stay fresh, and of course, coach is sticking with Ammerman. She's there in the starting lineup.
I like to see Grace Nelson move around a little bit instead of just with the static outside. She's got the athleticism to come in for those tandems, maybe a 32 every once in a while, especially on out of system, you know?
She seems to like those more in-system tempo outside hits, and since she's not really getting that, you kind of force a situation where she will
use her quickness, exactly.
Yeah. She's a shorter outside hitter, listed at 5'8". But she can jump. Right to Ammerman, and it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers want
like
a
touch on the cover. That's the right call.
So Dixie State out to the early 1-point lead. Hannah Waddle back to serve for them. First
right back to her. I like that decision by Ray Lynn. Especially for a young player, you want to keep her mind in it. So she gets blocked, get her right back in there.
Josie Russell back to serve for the Mountain Lions. She had a run in the last set. Very aggressive serves. Let's see if she can get something going here.
There's that transition middle. Not much of a transition. And then a little waterfall.
As a blocker, you hate when that happens. You hate those waterfalls.
You feel like you're there and just haven't pressed far enough.
Number 12 for the Trailblazers, Hannah Dune back to serve.
Looks like Dixie State has made an adjustment. It might have gone to a 5-1.
So they force-fed Ammerman on that set, on that play. Shits that one out of bounds, but with this 5-1, I think Coach Elder was just like,
you got to go outside.
Yeah, you have to attack this.
Jordan Nelson is a great setter from what we've seen, but she is not a big blocker. And there you go, right over it. It's a good up by Dixie State. Go right back to it.
Just out of bounds. A little tough. But it's like you're saying, we were just talking about how Grace Nelson's a little undersized at 5'8", and Jordan Nelson is listed at 5'6".
I don't think she can jump as high as Grace either, so you got to take advantage of that. They tried to in that last play. They had a good up by Dixie State. Right back there, go right back to it.
Nelson just hit that one out.
Get an early timeout here.
Coach Elder had to ask for that one a couple times. Got the timeouts. Early, huge lead for Dixie State, 4-point advantage. And they just come out on fire here.
You know, and that wasn't even really a lot on Dixie State. That's more on the Mountain Lions just making errors. Dixie State, you know, just doing what they do and keep the ball in play. And then Mountain Lions hurt themselves.
Absolutely. They definitely, Mountain Lions came out with that game plan. You know, it seems we were looking at that hitting percentage from Ammerman. So just like they're going to go back to her over and over again. Maybe a little too much there, ignoring your other players.
Yep, I think so. Especially as we said in this rotation with Jordan Nelson playing front row. I think you just got to eat that up. Maybe run a 31 with the middle because that still gets her in her zone. Push almost everything to that side. I do like forcing Ammerman, but you don't have to in this situation.
Still serving out of the timeout.
We'll see what this adjustment from Coach Elder is out of that timeout.
Passing has been a little bit off as well, so not a lot in system.
There's that big swing from Grace Nelson.
She took a little bit off of it.
She
just
did.
To swing nice and high and down, and that's all you need to do sometimes.
That's probably the coaching out of that timeout. You know, you don't just because you have this blocking versus heading advantage doesn't mean you have to crush it. Just,
exactly right.
Just get it down over.
Quick slide in transition. There's that. Ooh.
Hard swing, just out of bounds. Point to the Mountain Lions. And Taylor Smith in the game with that serve. She's back to serve yet again. Cut this lead down to 2. Let's see if they can continue this momentum out of that timeout.
That's a great serve.
There
that
it
dropper
is.
Again.
We'll see that one on the highlight reel later.
It's like a knuckleball. No spin on the ball. Just drops out of the sky. And then brings the heat on the next one.
Wow. Back-to-back aces for Taylor Smith. And the Mountain Lions are right back in it now. It was 5-1 at that timeout, and now it's 5-5.
Just long on that one. She came in a little early for that, it looked like. Had to adjust her approach.
Now serving.
Great serving from Taylor Smith.
Got him right back in the game.
Absolutely. See if they can just side out now.
Ooh, sets a little low. I don't know if it actually ever went over the net.
Definitely trying to keep that slide really quick, though. Give her an advantage with maybe just one up blocker or a big seam.
Absolutely. I don't know why you would run the slide in this with the setter front row still. You got the whole left side to play with. Tough, tight pass. And just couldn't quite get her feet set on that one. Makes it tough to jump set on those.
Absolutely. And Coach Elder calls her second timeout of the set.
2 quick timeouts. She had a feeling she needed to switch something up.
She's talking to her setter one-on-one now. I think you're just kind of saying, calm down, Didn't start out great, but hey, we're back in it. And now we lost it again. So
it's like
calm
they're trying
down.
to force a couple things.
Absolutely. You don't have to force those plays. So, I mean, we talk about them in timeouts. We talk about all these adjustments teams are making. You don't have to force them. You give what you have from the pass. You're
exactly right.
You can't always run a slide off of whatever the pass that you're given. So probably just telling her, calm down, run our offense. We've been running it all year. We've run it 100 times in practice. Just keep doing what we're doing. Keep that energy high. Cody, I'm afraid to ask you, what play do you run out of this?
You know,
setter dumps all day?
The last couple times I've said the slide, but with Brown up front and Nelson on the other side, I keep Brown straight up in the middle, maybe a 31. Then you have her, or you have Grace on the outside. Both have an advantage. I wouldn't even worry about a setter dump in this one. And then Spatch to the back corner, unstoppable hit.
Absolutely, you can't defend those corners like we're talking about. Hit a deep corner. I don't know why we don't teach this more in volleyball. Just hit the deep corner always.
It makes it seem so simple, doesn't it? Goes down the line that time with the serve. I like that. There's that big deep corner. I think you can almost stand there as a middle back when Toa is out there hitting.
She definitely brings some heat to it, but you're right. I don't know if they've made that adjustment just quite.
Britton with a crazy angle.
Where do you think that hit? Like an 8 foot?
That was about an 8 foot line. Hard cross angle. They kept it alive for a second, but could never control it.
Jordan Kinsey back to serve for the Mountain Lions.
It's a good touch. Same outside here. No.
That was a great close from the middle there for the Trailblazers.
It's that late push.
Number 8, Mallory Marshall with the block.
Really good hands on that block.
So now a 3-point lead for Dixie State.
Oh. Keep it alive.
There's that push to the back corners. Corners all night long. It's where you find kills. Might not get you on these highlight reels and that we show you in between sets, but we'll get you points.
Get you some points, and that's all that really matters. What a tight set. Big net by Dixie State.
Definitely just a mental mistake. Yeah, you got to put up a big block against their best hitter. You got to stay out of the net.
Try to push too hard, absolutely. Got Ammerman back in the game for Smith. See if she can clean it up a little bit and pick it up where she was on set 2.
Good up.
She was wrist away on that one. That was the first time she didn't swing cut back.
And like you've been talking about all night, feeding those middles in transition. So hard to stop. Leads back up to 4 for Dixie State. Mallory Marsh back to serve.
Good cover. Back to Britton. A little choppy down the line. And that block, it just took over that entire play.
Absolutely. That Dixie State block in that play, their front rows must be exhausted, but it absolutely dominated the front of the net for that whole play and gets them another point.
Oh. Looked like it was a great set to start, just floated just a little long. Smith coming back in for Ammerman. The let serve.
That's the kiss of death. Not a whole lot you can do about those serves. Sometimes they go over, sometimes they stay on your side. Ace or error. Great touch.
Good touches, good run, good hustle. They're fighting. Just not going their way right now.
Lead up to 8 now for Dixie State.
And remember, they're out of timeouts, so this is all the Mountain Lions right now. They have to come back on their own. That'll help.
That will help. Like I said, sometimes those let serves go over, sometimes they stay on your side. Grace Nelson back in the front row. Alyssa Britton back to serve. Got a lot of points to chip away at. Wow. That ball just died. Maybe a little miscommunication.
You gotta hit those seams. That's all you can do is just chip away. There's a waterfall again. They're just not pressing over the net. Looks like their feet are there, but
it's just those little pushes backside, just a little bit off center, and they find that seam and that waterfall. Number 9, Hannah Waddell back to serve for the Trailblazers.
There's a big swing over the right side blocker / setter.
Number 13, Moroza's back to serve for Mountain Lions. Big swing, tool block, point to Dixie State.
Now serving number 12, Hannah Julian.
That's a tough swing over the shoulder. That's good control by Taylor Smith.
There's the block. There we go. Some life in the Mountain Lions. Lauren Brown and Taylor Smith combined for that block. Taylor Smith is now back to serve.
With Jordan Nelson up front setting for Dixie State, you can almost commit one blocker, your left side blocker, to the middle, and the other two can almost go to the outside because you have no other options.
Oh, just died.
Little miss hit. That'll work, though.
Signs of life in the Mountain Lions and the crowd getting behind them.
And that ball drops in.
Wow.
Well in. It looked like it was out the whole way.
Taylor Smith, I don't feel...
It might be. That's ace number 3 on the set.
Absolutely. And maybe she just didn't like getting subbed out and comes back with a little more fire.
Oh, keeps it alive. Big push there. That deep corner. Nope. Oh.
Good rally.
Good rally. Tough luck on the block there. If nothing else, in a set like this, you want to get the momentum going into the next set. There's still plenty of set to be played. They can come back. A little miscommunication after a really good dig over there by Dixie State.
And once again, that's Grace Nelson over that block we talked about. She's seems to find a little more confidence in that situation. Took a big swing there. Great dig, as you said, from Trailblazers. Here's our server, Allie Morgan, for the Mountain Lions.
Chip away a few. There you go. It looked like the lift maybe, but
a little bit of broken play there.
Might have been swinging for hands on that one, just missed him.
And number 1, Jordan Nelson, back to serve for the Trailblazers.
It's not going to show up in the stat sheet, but Dixie State is doing really good of, even if they're not getting blocks, they're getting good block touches that are just controlling the ball and almost making it a free ball for their defense.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Might have got a little lucky on that one.
Maybe got a lot lucky.
Maybe got a lot lucky.
Hit down the line, out of bounds. Taylor, or Raylan Edge there, the setter, with a little smile over to the bench after that play. Jordan Kinsey back to serve.
Just a bit too tall for Allie Morgan to get up and get that one. It's a good, high, hard swing.
Powers it through the block like she's been doing all night. Keeping UCCS just out of reach of this set the whole time. Still time left. Like you said, want that momentum back. Setter dump working.
Setter dump. The other setter was all over it, just couldn't control it. Raylan brought a little extra heat on that one.
Setter on setter, you gotta step up.
That's right. Someone's got to win the battle, and Raylan did on that one.
Just too long on that serve.
You know, you see that a lot after a kill. If a girl gets a kill and goes back to the serve, they're a little pumped up, hit it out. Setters don't get a lot of kills, so she might have just had a little extra adrenaline in that one. Just haven't really connected on that slide yet with either middle.
Bit of a broken play, a little bit of miscommunication from Mountain Lions. Ultimately, we're looking at a set point here for the Trailblazers.
That's a tough set to force, but back with the ebbs and flows of the match.
And that one was not in our favor. That's right.
We'll give Dixie State the 2-1 advantage.
Here's some highlights from that third set. That serve that's just dropping.
With all the Mountain Lions on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Find all of our social platforms on www.GoMountainLions.
There's that big swing.
Big high swing from Grace. Big block. Good adjustment. Taylor with ace number 3.
Finding those corners.
I'm guessing once we get these stats that Dixie State block number will shot up again.
The tail of the game, the block from Dixie State dictating what's going on here tonight. That second set, it didn't seem to be as effective as in the first set, but then back in the third set, block dictating the defense for them.
A lot of out-of-system plays for the Mountain Lions, and that's what you're going to get when you have a good blocking team. They're going to take advantage of that.
So for the third set only, Dixie State up to 6 blocks. It seems a little
like
less
I said,
sheet.
they had a lot of block touches that aren't going to show up that made it very easy transition plays for them.
And those hitting percentages changed a bit as well.
I'm sure they had a lot of digs too. There you go. 18 digs that set.
That is very high amount of digs for one set.
UCCS did have 19, but couldn't capitalize on them.
I think they're just playing with us now. They're just racking up the stats. It's like a skee ball or something. We're just trying to get the highest score.
You gotta win that big stuffed animal at the end. And then you look at the hitting percentage, and that's what usually is the best dictator of who wins and loses. UCCS negative in that game. That's gonna be tough to win a game when you're hitting negative.
Yeah, not gonna happen. That was 12 hitting errors in that game. So that's probably the statistic we want to look at more for their block in that third set. It's that 12 hitting errors for the Mountain Lions.
Exactly right. But a lot of that goes back to that block. Even if you're not getting a block, you're thinking about the block. Getting touched on the blocks, you're trying to do something special.
So adjustments to be made, or you just calm down in execution?
I think you got to do calm down in execution. I fully expect Dixie State to stick with their 5-1 as it worked so well for them. So you maybe tweak your rotation so that Britton is up front against the setter, and that's going to be an automatic kill almost every time. Grace did take advantage of it, but if you can get your best hitter against their weakest blocker, that is full advantage Mountain Lions.
So as a coach, do you play that game? Oh, did they hand in their lineup yet? Do I have to wait to hand in my lineup? If you make a move like that with Britton and you put her up against Jordan Nelson as the setter in the front row.
I think you can have the luxury of doing that just because Britton is such a good player that even if you guess wrong, she's going to be a good hitter against anybody. And Grace, as long as you're in system, is going to be able to do what she needs to do. So you might want to. It doesn't look like they did that. Looks like Britton's going to start serving like she has been. So pretty much, I'm sure the message was, we got to clean it up. Taylor Smith gets the start instead of Ammerman now. Clean it up. Clean up your passing, definitely. And then a lot of communication errors there at the end.
That back and forth energy we've been talking about all night, that definitely seems a little flat after that second timeout call very early on.
There's a pretty crazy stat that I think I'm making up right now, that the winner of Game 4 wins about 75% of the matches.
No way.
You can look it up. Okay. I gotta get on Wikipedia real quick and put it in there, but...
Oh, the tip.
There's Grace with that swinging tip.
The off speed, catching him off guard. That's one way to adjust to the block, I guess.
There you go, right? Doesn't matter how hard you hit it.
Ball on the court. And we're back. Britton serving. A naked 2-ball in the middle.
Get that roll shot right in the middle. We got the block up.
They had the triple block, just didn't have the reaction behind it.
Exactly right. That's a good high swing by Grace.
It's a good block. Just couldn't finish afterwards. Points for the Trailblazers. Big swing out of the middle.
That's a great run there.
There's that 31 you're talking about, finding that seam in between the right side and the middle blocker, just putting it down.
Absolutely. That's a great play to run almost any time, but it's tough to do when you're out of system.
Russell brings so much energy on those, too, after she gets a kill. Good block, just out.
That's our third naked 2 of this set.
Don't see that a lot at this level of volleyball, but Dixie State breaking it out playbook, changing it up. It's gotten them 2 kills so far.
There's a 31 again. Good up by the libero for Dixie State. Big swing. That's pretty good play by both sides.
Sid Brandon back to serve for the Trailblazers. Taylor Smith went for it. I love the aggression, just didn't get it above the net. The set might have been a little low as well.
You got to notice that as a hitter. Maybe take a little bit off that one. And there you go.
Just like you're saying, you got to take a little bit off sometimes, and that's what she does and gets a kill for it.
That campfire's been a killer for both teams right now. The middle of the court is open.
And then now that Taylor Smith is back starting lineup, we have Lauren Shockley back row for her to serve and play defense.
That's an interesting decision, seeing how well Taylor served last game.
Absolutely. Big swing from Dixie State. Just holding on to that 3-point lead early on in this fourth set. Now serving is Hannah Waddell for the Trailblazers, number 9.
Yeah, I think it's about time to scrap that slide from the playbook. I think we've hit maybe one kill from it.
Yeah, their connection just seems off tonight on that play.
It was often hitting lines too. I don't know if you noticed that, but go right back to it. See if you're using it that to spread out the block, that's fine. But I'd love to see just a basic quick or even a 31, especially with Jordan Nelson up there.
That was that kill, though. That was that in-tempo outside. Exactly. It wasn't a 31 or a quick, but it was that in-tempo set. Morgan serves that one, just cuts it too much.
But I like it. You got to stay aggressive with that jump serve.
Absolutely, especially in that rotation. 4-point lead now for the Trailblazers.
This is almost an automatic outside set to Britain, you got to think.
Oh,
there you go.
They ran it inside
32.
It looked like nobody was up.
I think she got nobody up.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've seen that play tonight. Annexation of Puerto Rico.
It's an old one, but it checks out. Oh, there's going to be a lot of energy from Dixie State on that one.
That seems like a big win by Jordan Nelson, but often the smaller player wins in a duel. And then she comes back and blocks her.
Maybe a moral victory. Ultimately, the kill goes to Mountain Lions and Britain.
Looks like Coach Elder's trying to pump up her team. They have lost a lot of energy right now. They're only down 3 right now. See if they can bring themselves back in this game, just energy-wise.
That definitely seems to be what's been dictating this game so far.
It's a big block, but out of bounds by Taylor Smith.
Pushes the lead up to 4 for Dixie State.
As a setter, when Jordan Nelson is up there front row, you have to air on the net. Let your hitter go and get it. Now, obviously, she's in the back row, and they have their normal giant block up there.
Once again, that big block forcing an error there. Got to change up your swing to adjust for it.
That might force a timeout from the coach. Not quite yet.
Yep, there you go. Timeout.
Timeout. Dixie State is doubling up UCCS right now, but there's a lot of set to be played. It's only 12-6, I think, but they did just change it. Oh, and it's back to 12-6. There you go. Scoreboard's all over the place a little bit. There we are, 12-6. I think is the correct score. Early in the set still, but Dixie State is dominating at this point. How do you get out of this?
It's tough. They have the momentum. Like we were talking about, that energy is just gone for the Mountain Lions. Even in this huddle, it's a little different demeanor from everyone. You have to come out. I think you just say execute better. Play volleyball. At this point, just play volleyball.
That's it. Have fun, right?
Yeah. That's what you got into this for the first place, right? You just have fun. See what the Mountain Lions do here out of this timeout.
We got their triple stack on the right side here. It's a little unconventional.
This is where they run that kind of double slide
look like.
Oh boy.
And there's that slide again, a little off still. Toa with a powerful swing. And Lauren Gamble there to clean it up.
Sub for the Mountain Lions, number 8, Annabelle Kagan coming in.
For the first time in the match.
Low set there.
Had to go right back to her. What's your big gun eat?
Oh, huge block until Dixie State on fire, just pushing their lead. And here we have a second sub for the Mountain Lions. These are like mini timeouts there. So we have Lauren Shockley and
just trying to break up that momentum.
There we go.
Get out of it.
These Mountain Lions just got to chip away again, like we were talking about in that last set. Coach Elder holding on to that last timeout in this set, do or die set.
Grace Nelson came in with a lot of energy. Let's see if she can bring it to the rest of the team. It's a good push.
Oh, that's in.
It is in.
Doesn't work very often.
Tried to sell it, just like you're supposed to. Another naked 2, another waterfall.
They switched there, the middle and the outside hitter on that rotation. That's why she was running a middle, and the setter actually set her. Usually you're a little out of rotation, you go with the person who's still in their same position.
Right, but Toa has been on fire all match long. So.
That is true.
There's Grace. That's a great swing down the line. Little chisel. It's 9-15. They're not out of this game at all.
Absolutely, not at all out of this game. Can come back. Lauren Brown now in the front row. She's their best blocker for the Mountain Lions. Let's see if they can get some defensive points. A lot of tipping here from the Mountain Lions.
There's that block at work again. There's a good block. Great cover by Jordan there.
That's 31.
Especially in transition. I think you lean heavily on Brown at this point.
I have to agree. Coming in off the bench, bringing some needed defense and some needed energy.
And keep her in front of you. Don't lose her. Don't use her on that slide. There you go. Transition to Brown. Good up by the libero for Dixie State. Another great set by Nelson. And another push to the back corner.
Just like you said, only a 6-point deficit. They can absolutely come back. Number 7 for the Trailblazers, Sid Brandon serving.
One of those tough dropping serves. And on 2.
Oh, huge block.
Option and blocked by Brown.
Might have wanted the third hit on that one. Maybe we run the highlights. We'll just run that on repeat for this set.
That's right. Uh-oh.
Oh, they made it work.
It's a great line swing.
It's a good dig. They didn't run the two. That was in tandem that time.
It was.
Number 9, Hannah Waddell back to serve for Trailblazers. Good block just out. And Dixie State expanding that lead now to 7 points. Huge.
It's a big aggressive swing out of the back row there.
So we see back-to-back push tips from the outsides. Did not work for the Mountain Lions. Works for Dixie State there. They get the kill and the points.
There you go. Take them while you can get them.
Sub in for the Mountain Lions, number 9, Allie Morgan. Mr. Serve last time out. We'll see what she does here.
I think you got to stay aggressive, especially in this situation. She takes a little off it, but makes it a really good serve. That back corner.
All night long, back corners. Commanding lead here for Dixie State. Looking out to close out this set. Up 8, 20-12. They just need to push 5.
Back-to-back miss serves by them.
Libero, Jordan McKenzie back to serve. Mountain Lions needing some points.
In system, but great block by Raylan.
Just out.
Just missed that one. It seems like Britton is bringing her swing down to Nelson's level a little bit. Sometimes you do that with a smaller blocker. You think you got a little one, so you try to hit it a little sharper, and you don't need to. Great run right there.
Love that play in that situation. Once again, you take the pass that you have and do the best you can with it. Don't have to force anything.
There's that middle of the court.
That tip. It's been working on and off here.
Number 10, Raven Edge.
Mountain Lions desperately need some points in this rotation.
Dixie State's passing has just been nails this entire set.
They just won't let the Mountain Lions back in this one. They're playing great right now.
Running whatever offense they want to run.
There it is.
Big swing.
She had that big block this time, and like you said, did not adjust down to her block. Just had a big, high, hard swing. Britton back to serve. Once again, running whatever they want to run.
Whatever they want. Another great pass on a good serve. They're just passing better right now. Their middles are hitting about 1,000, I think, right now.
Ooh, big block.
Big block straight down there.
Story of the night, all night.
match point right there with that big block. And they get a chance to end it with a block. And there's
oh boy,
that's apropos, isn't it? Push
Absolutely.
to the deep corner.
Those pineapples. Impressive play out of Dixie State in that fourth set.
They really turned up everything in play on that one. They're passing, offense, setting, defense, everything was on point.
Has to feel good for them too after their tough, close loss last night. Here's some replays from that final set. Tip for Grace Nelson started out. Kill for Joseph Russell. Those are those campfires we kept talking about all night long. Oh, there's that 32. They only ran that once all night.
One time.
The annexation of Puerto Rico, I believe.
That's the one. That's the play.
Did we miss the Lauren Brown block, the one I wanted on repeat? It's okay, maybe next time. Story of the night, of course, Dixie State block.
Dixie State block.
Taking
Might not
over.
come up in the numbers, but it comes up in the end of the match.
UCCS had to adjust to that block all night. Unforced errors hitting-wise.
Made them try to do things that they're not comfortable doing, and that's what a good blocking team and a good defensive team, which they were behind the block, so it makes it even tougher to deal with.
So that's the Mountain Lions' first loss in the last 5 games. So that stops their 5-game win streak. Tough to see, but obviously Dixie State's the top of the RMAC division for a reason. Really shut down all their hitters. I don't know what to say.
That was pretty much the story. Like we said, they just couldn't keep up with that block. The passing was in sync for Dixie State. Back and forth match for the first 2.5 sets, really, and then Dixie State turned on another gear and kind of ran away with it.
Absolutely. We'll see what Mountain Lions do to respond after this. The next match, I believe, at home for them, at least on Mountain Lion TV, is the 13th. So we won't see you for quite some time. Yeah, good game. Well done, Cody. Well done, camera crews and directors. You guys got your production thing going on. We'll spin some names up there. A lot of thanks to a lot of people behind the scenes tonight that did a lot of work for us. Getting us stats, getting us bottles of water, helping us with all these angles and a little different cast than what we would normally get for you on these webcasts here on Mountain Lion TV. Before we go, just give you some final stats.
Kills leader for the match looks like it was Alyssa Brenton for UCCS, and then Hannah Doonan for Dixie State. Dixie State hits 459 in that last set versus 189. That's 10 times out of 10 you're winning that game.
Wow. Just like you were saying, that passing for Dixie State, stepping up in that 4th set, not letting the Mountain Lions back in at all. Get to run whatever plays they wanted to run.
That's right. 13 blocks to 6 or 57 to 60 digs. Pretty close in that.
13 blocks to 6. That's a huge difference. And these hitting errors. These hitting errors for the Mountain Lions as well. 35 hitting errors on the night. Block doing a ton of work. So that should be all we have for you tonight. Thanks for joining us. Like I said, next one is on the 13th, I believe, for Mountain Lion TV, home game for UCCS. If you're listening to this, you probably should just show up to the gym anyways. Gallagly Events Center, UCCS campus. Thanks for joining us, and good night.